Hey, how's it going, everybody? Um, I want to get something clear that I'm afraid I've maybe through people skimming or catching a video, but they didn't catch the three previous videos because now I'm just calling it the transfer portal. Um, and I'm basing this off of somebody's comment. I said, yeah, well, sorry to mislead. It's not time travel, and there's no such thing as Mandela effect. It's having a set day to pivot back and forth on. Fallen angel math, fallen angel technology. In other words, the ghost of the machine has got all of this figured out. January 10th, which is Janus Tenet from the god Janus in the movie Tenet, is a day in which, using simple addition and subtraction, they are creating future events based on past events that they have scripted. So as the future events are also scripted. Anyone finding this simple code, us, we, and then figure stuff out in advance. We won't make it to the 24, my friend. Or at least not past it. He was talking about wanting to, he thinks things will kick off in 2024. That's what they want us to think. They want you looking way ahead. Oh, Trump's return. Trump will return. I also wanted to go ahead and go over with y'all something very simple in Donnie Darko. Remember how I messed up the math? I was like, well, it's going up in increments of 8, 8, 8, 8. They show you October 2nd, then October 10th, then October 18th, and October 24th. So I was thinking 24th is a multiple of 8, and I got my brain spaghettied. And no, 2 to 10 is 8, 8 to 8, 10 to 18 is 8, but 18 to 24 is only 6. It's 886, which again is the 86ing of the 88. And my stepdaughter, her birthday was 3 times 19 times 1.998, and her number was the 886. And remember my marriage to her mother, her mom's second marriage progression number, 2 digits, was 88. And it was 86th. So I thought about that date. And then I was like, well, we got to key it in. So if you go to the 10th to the 24th, you go up 14 days, and you get January 24th, which is the 86ing day. Well, if you subtract, now you got to run it through the portal of January 10th, you get December 27th. And that first year that I met her on October 22nd, 2005, and I've shown you she and I's number 1,000 times. Well, it's right there, 82362. Well, we actually have that one spelled out times 2005, 82362 times 55244, because my birthday is 7 times 6 times 1961, and hers is 10 times 28 times 1973. That's how you get her number. Times it by the year. You have 1227 in that year. And the next year, there's a 127 below it. As the following year, it starts to morph into the 627, 127 in the middle of the number all the way down through through next year, 2022. How it alternates. That's a mathematical freak show. That's impossible for it to do that. But it's just my number and her number that does that. And notice the year we met, it was the 626 in the middle and 126 in the middle. That's what it had been for 10, 12 years previous. And at 2023, it changes to 628, 128. So it evolves up a bit, but it's still in the middle of the number. That's impossible. And yet that's Holy Spirit technology. Now, there's that 1227. Now, if you notice, the 127 is below it, but it's not, that's just a freak show because it's the 126's year. And it doesn't change to the 627, 127, 627. But the 127 is actually the year before their rotation begins. And what is a 12 and a 27? Or I mean a 127 is a mixture of the number 12 and 27. So I gotta add December 27th to the list. That was actually the day before our first date, or it was our first date. And we went to see a movie called Fun with Dick and Jane. You know, blah, blah, blah. And so I forget his name, the comedian. And so, but yeah, this is not about time travel. This is about a set day that I'm calling the transfer portal, because that's what the transfer portal is all about. It is all about Janus Tenet, or January 10th. And what these fallen angels are having these humans do is run things back and forth. In other words, like Trump said, I've got the illness on October 2nd, which is when the movie Donnie Darko began. He said, I've got the illness. And it was on October 2nd, 2020. Well, that's, what was it? I forget the amount of days it was, but it was, do you know I haven't even added that on here? Well, that's dumb. Hang on, let me pause. I'm not gonna waste your time. Check out when Trump said that he had the illness, October 2nd. That's when Donnie Darko began on October 2nd. Of course, in the movie, it was 1988, which that calendar matches exactly what's coming up in January. Same exact days. You know, the 10th falls on a Monday, so on and so forth. It mirrors it. And there's a new moon on January 2nd, which mirrors October 2nd. But so you get this, when Trump said he had the illness 2 years ago, move it up 2 years and about 3 or 4 months to the Janus Tenet date, after the god Janus in the movie Tenet, which is their transfer portal day. That is not moving time. It's just fallen angel math that they create an incident, like they told Trump to say that on that day. Why? Because that's 465 days behind the portal date. Well, when you calculate 465 days subtracted from the portal date, I mean, when you get October 2nd. Well, what if you add it? If you add it, we found out that that's the solar eclipse day of April 20th, 2023. That's Adolf Hitler's birthday, and it's a solar eclipse. Now you know why Adolf Hitler was chosen to be a stooge to do what he did. It might be of Trump's German Drumpf bloodline. Hitler might not have been from Austria at all. He might, you know, you can't believe any of the stuff that they tell you. They could be cousins. They could be whatever. So I haven't even added that to the spreadsheet of all the other stuff that we've looked at. But we are definitely, there's all kind of days we're looking at Trump going down. The portal date does not help us nail down a day. I've got plenty of hunches. It doesn't mean we're going to be right. But watching that movie, Donnie Darko, it sure opened up a lot of ideas. And that 886, why did it go up 8 days and then 8 days and then 6 days? Well, and that occurred on the 24th. Well, in the movie on the 24th, all they were talking about was that teacher that got fired, or firing the teacher. Now so swing it backwards. You land on 12/27. Nothing special about that day. It's on a Monday. Nothing special about it. But if he goes down, I mean, if he goes down, it was there all along, wasn't it? It sure was. Sure enough was. Sorry, I was staring at something. All right, love y'all. It's not about time travel. And there's no such thing as Mandela Effect. This is straight up creating events to run through a date. It's a cipher, is what it is. And it's really simple. It's a simple cipher, but it's so scrambled. You can't figure out what day it's going to be because Donnie Darko showed you a ton of stuff. There's so much stuff. There's no way to be sure. All right, love y'all.